Valentine's Day is coming. I thought it would just be great to wear my love glasses. And I always say, when I'm wearing my love glasses, I can't see hate. Oh my goodness. I have this pair of glasses. They're just a little plastic pair. You know, I think I probably got them at the Dollar Tree 10 years ago. My granddaughter Zoe loves them, and she said, "Oh my, you need to wear those on your video this week." So Zoe, I wore my love glasses. I got my love cup today too, and I've got my love shirt on. I think it's a love week. Now, I know we have a lot to talk about today. My table is filled with lots of things to talk about, and we have a giveaway to talk about. But before we do that, the first thing we need to do is we need to clink in. And that just means shout out, clink in, say you're here. Clinkety, clink, clink, clink with my love cup. I was reading through your comments this morning while I was waiting for everything to finish getting set up. And I noticed Kimberly James said, my crochet family. And I really like that. Because we are a crochet family. It doesn't matter who we are or where we came from. We all love crochet. And I use the term crochet community all the time. But we're a family, aren't we? I think we are. I like that. All right. I did want to discuss one other thing. Sorry, there's a hair on my arm. I wanted to discuss one other thing before we get started. And that is last week, we had some issues with some spam, and YouTube was quick to get it down, and I went through and reported it. If you ever see anything that is spam, and this particular one, they used my name and some other things with it. I'm not going to say what it is, but they were telling people that they won a prize and to click this link or go to this certain place. Never do that. Anytime anybody is, what they were doing is they were commenting on your comments, which makes it just a little bit harder to find. I found it. It was everywhere. Okay, so never ever click on any of that stuff. You don't win on any of that stuff. They're just trying to get your information. And so don't ever do that. And if you see it, turn it in. And then you can either shoot me over an email or you can just tag me and I'll see it, okay? We don't need that nonsense in our crochet family. We don't need it, right? And so I just want you to know you need to stay safe and aware. And I found out that really what it was actually a crochet, or not a crochet, a spam bot. And YouTube was really quick to get it down, and I really appreciate that. Okay, but I want to keep my crochet family safe, okay? All right, so we clinked in and we talked about the nonsense. I want to talk right off at the beginning about our giveaway because I'm super duper excited about it. But before we jump right into that, part of the giveaway is going to be one of our black Coffee and Crochet zipper pouches. Has a nice handle on it. It's called a wristlet, actually, which I didn't know. But I really love the way the teal pops right out of the black. And the neat thing about these is it's canvas, it's sturdy, it's got the zipper. You can put your things in there. And one thing you need to remember about my bags is this is heat activated. It's not a sticker. And so you can put this through the wash. Okay, now I did add a whole bunch more of these to my Etsy, and I sold through almost all of them, so I'm going to have to pick up some more, get some more made and pick them up because these black ones are really doing well. We have this in the zipper pouch and also in the project bag that is canvas. But we're going to be giving away one of these along with some yarn. So let me click over. All right, so we're going to give away the pouch. I'm going to move that out of the way, the zipper pouch. And we're going to be giving away these 4 balls of yarn. These are absolutely gorgeous yarns. Fuzzball. Okay, they're called Willow Quiver. And it is 3.5 ounces, which is about 220 yards on each of these balls. All right, this one is called shiitake mushroom, and you can see it is an ombre. And this one is called ripe raspberry. It is also an ombre. Can you see those different shades in there? Beautiful, gorgeous yarn. Now the yarn itself is 63% wool, 25% rayon from bamboo, and 12% acrylic. And this is a really good blend because you're getting the wool, which is nice and sturdy and warm. You're getting the rayon from bamboo, which makes it nice and soft. And then you're getting the acrylic. And that's a good binder when you're putting different types of fibers together. Acrylic is a good binder. Now these are made in Turkey. And let's see. It says hand wash and lay flat to dry. Okay. And that's because it does have the wool in it. All right. And I know a lot of people, some people I should say, are allergic to wool. Now, if I just use wool, I usually get itchy. But when it's mixed with other fibers, it doesn't seem to bother me as much. And so I thought we would go ahead and use this yarn since I got it in. That one label's torn, and so is this one. They were in a bag, and so it kind of got squished up a little bit. But each ball has 3.5 fibers, which is about 220 yards. And so there's a lot there to make 2 different projects. And so, Tammy says she doesn't like wool. Okay, well, I won't enter you in this one then. And you can try for the next one. All right, but this is so worth it. It's so beautiful. It's so soft. And the blend is perfect because you're getting that good warmth of wool, the softness of the rayon and bamboo, and then the 12% acrylic, which is a good binder. Helps your yarn stay together. It's a beautiful yarn. Oh, the other thing I needed to find out is what the thickness was. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I don't see it on here. I am stumped. Let's see. Okay, it's recommending a 5mm crochet hook. So I'm going to say that's going to put it in around the medium weight number 4. And I think according to how it looks, it's probably about a medium weight number 4. Okay, it's gorgeous yarn. So the winner of the February giveaway will get these 4 balls of yarn and the black bag. That's the zipper pouch, coffee and crochet on one side, and the heart yarn with the crochet hook through it on the other. All right. So that is our February giveaway. And as always, how do you get involved? Just by commenting. You can comment here on the live video, or if you're watching it later on and you're watching the recap or the whatever, once it's on YouTube, just comment under that video. Anybody who comments can is a part of the giveaway. Okay. Donna says, where can I purchase this yarn? This was purchased through not Yarn Inspirations. This was purchased through Hirschners.com. Okay. But all you have to do, it is a willow yarn. So just put into your search willow yarns and it'll tell you where you can buy it. Sometimes I've seen it actually on Amazon as well. So it's an absolutely gorgeous yarn. They had some green ones. They had some blue ones. There was an off-white also that was just gorgeous. And it seemed like it might have been a darker red also. So it's just really, really gorgeous yarn. Okay. All right. So that is our giveaway for February. I will announce the winner on February 21st, which is 2 weeks from today, on our live video. And remember, if you're the winner, you have to contact me. I'm not going to chase you down. Okay. And then we'll check you out and make sure you're really who you say you are. Because remember about 5 years ago when I first started doing giveaways, somebody said they were who they are and they weren't. And it was really a big mix up. Okay. So that's the way it works. We put all the names in from the comments into the random generator, and whosever name pops up, you're the winner. All right, this is gorgeous yarn. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, I'm thinking there might be kind of a rainbowy one also. I can't remember. Just put in willow.com and you can, or Willow Yarns, probably willowyarns.com or just Willow Yarns, and you can find it. It is made in, where did I say? Greece? Let me look again. Turkey. It's made in Turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. You can remember that, right? I love a lot of the yarns that come from Turkey because they are really made really well. Okay, so 2 weeks from today, I'll announce the winner. All right, now, as you know, February is my birth month, and it's also Valentine's Day, and I love that. I wasn't born on Valentine's Day, but it sure would have been fun. Probably not for my mom. Anywho, so this week we did some cupcake style patterns, and then I have some Valentine's Day patterns coming, and I think that we're going to have some fun. I'm ready for just some fun. It's a good day to have a good day. That's what someone sent me this morning, so I put it on my Facebook page. All right, now, every week we've been doing, not every week, almost every week, we've been doing a this and that question, and I have learned so much from you guys. The things that you like to crochet, the things that you like to do. This week our question was, do you have any other hobbies besides crochet? I absolutely loved your answers because, you know, when we do our Friday Fun Day, I like to incorporate other crafts in along with our crochet, like adding beads and things like that, felting, different things that we can do. If you haven't gone through our Friday Fun Day videos in a while, go to the Friday Fun Day playlist on my YouTube page. You'll find a ton of fun things to do. I also have one that's about polymer clay. I have a playlist on polymer clay. That was one of them that was said that people like to do. And I've done not quite a bit, but some fun things, basic things. I am definitely not an expert when it comes to polymer clay. Okay, so I really loved your answers. And one thing you need to understand is that I really do go through and read all of your answers on our this and that questions. I learned so many things about you guys. I learned that a lot of you like to do gardening. Some of you like flower arranging, a lot of needlepoint knitting, a lot of yarn crafts, but a lot of other crafts. Diamond painting, I've never tried that. It looks really fun. And so what I like to do is incorporate other types of crafts in with our things that we do, not just on Friday Fun Days also, but mostly. And so this helps me a lot in doing some things that you all might enjoy. All right, so we have one ready to go for tomorrow. And it's a really important one, and I hope you'll watch tomorrow's This or That because it's on charities. And so I want to hear from you guys about that one as well. Now, underneath that video, I have put the link for all the this and that questions. That way, if you want to learn from each other, because you really can, because you'll find out that there really are a lot of people who think like you do when it comes to crafts. You're not the only one. And that's what the crochet family is all about, right, Kim? Or Kimberly. I don't know if you like to be called Kim or Kimberly, but I love that statement that she made in the comments at the beginning. She said, hello, my yarny family. And I love that. Or my crochet family. We're a yarny family too, aren't we? Anyway, I really appreciate you doing that, Kimberly, because it just really made me think, because I do call it the crochet community, but we're a family. Okay, now, this week, we did some fun things because, like I said, my birthday is the 12th. I'm going to be 60. I cannot believe I'm that old, but you know what? I don't care. I don't even care. Okay, so on Friday, for our Friday Fun Day, we did the cupcake pot holders. And these are super cute. This is a blue one that we did together. This is the pink one. Has a sparkle thing at the bottom, and this is the yellow one. And one thing I want to tell you is if you want to use these for decorations, they're perfect. You can use them on your table or whatever, hang them up. But if you want a thicker hot pad, just make 2 of them, put them together, and then add the trim that we added around the edge, and then the cherry. And then it will make a really nice thick hot pad. You can also use these as a washcloth if you want to. It's made out of cotton. If you're going to use these as decorations, instead of a medium weight number 4 cotton, use a medium weight number 4 acrylic or another blend. If you're just going to use them for some decorations, I think they would be great at birthday parties. Especially if you're an adult, kids probably wouldn't like it too much. You can use these as place markers. You can embroidery or put a sticker or something, or even just a piece of paper, that person's name, and then give one to each one of your guests to take home. I love doing projects like this because they have lots of different uses. And of course, I'm keeping these because it's my birthday. And I love them, especially this yellow one. It's my favorite. And we use the cotton yarn and for the sparkle. That's this here. This is called Crafter's Secret, and it's upside down, Extra Sprinkles. And that's what I think this looks like. I don't know if you can see that. Let me click over here so you can look in here. Look at this. Can you see all those sprinkles in there? I love it. I love this yarn. I've got 2 more of them, and I might have to make me a nice big towel to go with it. Okay, so we did the cupcake, pot holders, hot pad, washcloth, whatever you want to call that, on Friday. Okay, then yesterday we did the cupcake stitch cowl. I had it on my mannequin, but it was too far away. I wanted you to see it because I want you to see that you can actually see cupcakes in the pattern. I'm going to click back over to other camera again just so you can see it up close. We used the bright pink for the bottom of the cupcakes, and the yarn that I used here is called, oh my word, let me grab it. This is the yarn here, and it is called Fruit Salad, which doesn't look anything like fruit salad to me. It looks like frosting with sprinkles in it, okay, for the top, and then we use that hot pink for the bottom. And you can buy both of those yarns that I showed you at Hobby Lobby because they're Hobby Lobby brands. Okay, but see how you can actually see the cupcakes? And I did the pattern a little bit different than I had originally decided. I was going to make it so all the cupcakes lined up. And then I thought maybe I should do this staggering so that your cupcakes are in between each other. And I really, really love how that turned out. And then we added a tie for the top, so you can cinch that in if you want to make it warmer for around your neck, and then added those 2 pom-poms. It's super cute, and I just love it. And I put on I'm so excited about this pattern. On this pattern, in the link underneath the video, I put the multiples and the inches and everything. So if you want to make it longer or you want to make it taller, it's super easy. Okay, and it's basically a 4-row repeat once you get started, it's a 2-row repeat because you're stitching in the chain 2s between each of the cupcakes. And at the end of the video, I show you how to make a really super easy pom-pom. But if you have a pom-pom maker or you have a certain way of doing it, that's totally fine. And that's one thing that I always say. If you find that you like doing things just a little bit different, it's okay. One of the things I get all the time is when I'm doing a circle, I always get people say, can't you use the magic circle? Of course. It's just not my preferred way because I felt like the magic circle comes untied. But if you love the magic circle, go for it. When I'm doing a circle, I like to, depending on what I'm making, I might do a chain 5 and make a circle, or I might do it where you chain a certain amount and go right in that next stitch and do your stitches. I do it several different ways depending on the yarn weight and what I'm making. But I hardly ever use the magic circle. I just don't care for it. But that doesn't mean it's wrong for you to use it, and it doesn't mean it's wrong for me to use it. We have different ways of doing things. Yes, there are set stitches like single crochets, double crochets, half double crochets, of course. But there are lots of different ways of doing other things, and I know I've talked about that before. So we're not going to go into all of that this time. The stitch, she asked if it can be made into a blanket for a baby. The stitch and all that stuff is on the pattern. The only thing is, though, this is stitched in the round. because it's a tube. And so if you stitch it flat, you're going to have to go back and forth. And so you'll have to cut your yarn on the ends. Because what we did with this is we carried our yarn up on the inside so we didn't have to cut our yarn. All we have to weave in is the end and the beginning. All right, so it will be different if you do it flat as a blanket or something like that. So you're going to have to figure out another way to do that. In other words, you're probably going to have to cut your yarn at the end of each row. Which, if you're going to put a trim on it, it's really no big deal. But I think this would be super cute to make your cupcake papers different colors. You know, you could do yellow, blue, pink, orange, you know, whatever. I think that would be super cute too. It's just a really simple pattern. I do have plans to show you how to make a hat, some fingerless gloves probably. And I had someone ask me about boot cuffs. I used to wear boot cuffs a lot in Colorado, but I haven't here because I've been wearing the shorter boots they call booties, and so I haven't worn any boot cuffs. But you know, I might do that as well. I've got some things lined up for that also, so because it's a really fun pattern. It's super easy to do in the round. Okay. Alrighty. Now, some things coming up. We do have a fun little stuffy pattern on Friday for our Friday fun. And I'm going to show you how you can take one pattern and use different weights of yarn and different crochet hooks and get different size results. Because one of the things that I get questions about all the time is, do I have to use that size crochet hook or do I have to use that weight of yarn? And so we're going to make a little fun stuffy heart. And I'm going to show you how by using different weights of yarn and different crochet hooks, you get different sizes, different results. And it's a really fun idea. The main thing is when you're making something, say like a hat, and you want it to fit your head. And I've made it out of a chunky number 5, and I've used, let's say, a J hook, which I think that's a 6.0 millimeter hook. I made it using that. And then someone says, can I use a medium weight number 4? Well, if you switch to a smaller weight yarn, it's not going to fit, you know. Or say I made a fingerless glove using a medium weight number 4, but you want to use a fingering weight that's a 3. And you do it exactly the same with the same hook, it's not going to fit because you're using a smaller yarn or you're using a different hook. And so we're going to talk a little bit about all of that on Friday. And it's a really good exercise in learning gauge and things like that. And so that's coming on Friday. And then on Monday, we have a really fun scrap happy thing that we're going to do. And I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. I'm super excited about it. I think you're really going to like it. On Monday when we do our scrap happy thing, what I want you to do is dig in your crochet stash of yarn and pull out all those little balls of yarn because that's what we're going to use for our project on Monday. I've been working on it for a while and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, now I've been getting a lot of questions about this blanket that's behind me. And it's a super easy pattern. It's a chevron pattern. We're doing alternating rows of single crochets and double crochets all stitched in the back loop. And it's a scrap yarn. I showed the whole thing to you last week. Let me get out of the way here a little bit so you can kind of see all those colors. Isn't that beautiful? Well, this is probably going to be our March scrap happy pattern. And those are good, and it's stitched up using 2 strands as well. So if you have a bunch of yarn and you want to start making your crazy balls, let me grab one. I have one under here to show you. Where'd it go? Oh my word, it rolled behind me. Hang on. Come here. Come here. Oh, I'm unrolling it as I'm trying to grab it. Hang on. Alrighty, this is a crazy ball. Okay, and what I do is I take all my yarns that are left over and I roll them into 2 strands and I just start rolling them up. Now, I don't do this on my cake winder because I just like doing it this way for the crazy balls. And I make great big ones, like this big. And I just, as I run out of one yarn on a project, I've got that leftover yarn, then I go ahead and I just tie a knot and I put it together. And then as I'm making it, if I come across one of those knots, I just undo it and I do a not French, it's a Russian join, or sometimes I'll just bring it in. But either way, I make up all these balls, and then when I'm ready to do a project like this, because I've been working on this blanket for over a year now. I started it last year as my year-long project, okay? And I'm going to give you all the multiples for making it wider, making it longer, and all of that stuff as well, okay? So, for the next month until the middle of March, because that's when we'll do this one, start making your crazy balls. Get a whole bunch of them together. And this is going to take a lot of yarn, and I haven't exactly measured it, so I'll get that all also ready for you as well. But I just wanted to get you ready because we are having so much fun doing all the Scrap Happy projects. Last year, 2022, we did the crochet along, year-long crochet along using our scrap yarn for our once a month project. And I had so much fun because I got rid of a lot of yarns that maybe I didn't really care for. And you can use some of those scratchy yarns for bags and things like that that maybe you don't like it. Okay, and then, excuse me, my throat's getting dry. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, and maybe you don't like that yarn, or you don't like the colors, or it's not stitching up the way you really, really wanted it to. So what you can do is you can roll them up in your crazy balls and add it to your Scrap Happy projects. A lot of them that we've done, we've held, not a lot, some of them that we've done, we've held 2 strands together or 3 strands. I think we even did a bag. I'm not sure. The last one was 2. I can't remember, but I think we did one where we held 4 strands together, and that might have been, oh, that was a blanket. That's what it was. Was it the dog blanket? I can't remember. Anyway, you can go into the playlist on my YouTube channel again and put in Scrap Happy projects or Scrap Happy, and all the projects that we've done that are Scrap Happy projects are in there. And I added some to that playlist that maybe we haven't done this last year, but they're great Scrap Happy projects as well. Because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of yarn that I bought because I thought it was gorgeous, and it wasn't quite so gorgeous worked up. And so I undid it and rolled it into my, what I call my crazy yarn balls. And then I have them all ready to go when I'm ready to go. Some of them I'll do 2 strands, some of them I'll do 3, so that I know what I can grab. And then, of course, I have all my Scrap Happy yarn cakes underneath here. I have a tub that sits right underneath here full of my yarn cakes of my scrap yarn. And I have them like, this is medium weight number 4. This is medium weight number 5. Here's one that is, not medium weight number 5, chunky number 5. Here's one that is chunky number 6s. And I put them together, and you can see, here's one where I have a knot, because I just did it together. These are all 1 strand done on my cakes. And then when I get to that, I just fix the knot. To me, it's easier to do it as I go than to go ahead and do, you know, the French joins all together. I don't know, Kim. Kim asked if it was the owl. I don't know. One thing to remember also, when you're doing some of the projects like a bulky 6, you may not have a bulky 6. You can add 5 strands or 4 strands, depending on the thickness of your yarn, together and still do that project. And so that's where a lot of this stuff comes in, where we think, we have to use that same yarn, or we have to use that same color. You don't. You don't at all. What you have to do, though, is make sure you're using, if it calls for a certain thickness, make sure you're using that thickness, or it's not going to work the same. For instance, you don't like pink? Use yellow. Okay? You don't like blue? Use pink. And another thing is, if for instance, a lot of people have trouble with wool. And maybe there's a pattern out there that's wool, medium weight, number 4, but it's a wool yarn. Substitute with acrylic or cotton or alpaca. Okay? So don't feel like because the designer says you have to use this particular yarn that you have to use that particular yarn. Okay? Let your creative juices flow. Pick your own colors and your own fibers. Unless you want that one, and then use that one. Okay? It's like I always say. Crochet is absolutely an art. And we can use our creative juices. Do things our own way. If the pattern's too short, add length. If the hat's too long, don't do as many rows. If the hat's too big, go down a hook size. There's a lot of those things that you can do. I just say you want to make your art fun. And if you're struggling because it's not working the same, don't struggle. Adjust. Keep your measuring tape close and use your creative juices. There's so many things that we can do to make the process so much more fun. Oh, the puppies just came back. They left. I don't know why. But they came back. Or was that Rosie? They left again. My dogs are so funny. I think they're letting me know time is up and they need to go outside, is what I'm thinking. Well, remember, comment under this video, whether it's live or whether you see it in the replay. Everyone who comments is added or entered into the crochet giveaway. If you're allergic to yarn or this isn't what you want, you can go ahead and say that's not for me. It's okay. And then I won't add your name into the random generator. Okay? Alrighty. Now, I'm going to let you go on that. 2 weeks from today, I'll announce the winner of the February giveaway. And thank you so much for being here today. Because remember, I can't do this without all of you, my crochet family. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.